coming shortly.
I've been with you today.
Okay.
I didn't have none, so I should be this morning with the cash.
Okay, great. So those will be coming. I'll mail them out to you. Treasury report.
Our current balance is $453.04.
Okay. The only expenses I see coming is I'm getting ready to do a mailing for the supply drive.
Okay, do you have any idea how much postage you need right now?
No, but I will get back with you.
That's fine.
I'll just, what I'll do is you can just reimburse me, I'll save my receipt, and we'll go that route. Because I'm going to mail to all of the churches in the county that I can get an address on, that are in the phone book, that are on, like City Hamilton's website, stuff like that. I'm going to mail a letter to all of the congregations, to all of the pastors saying, you know, we would like for you to participate this year in the supply drive. I'm also going to send a list of the items that Safe Place is seeking, and something similar to like that, so that they can put it up in the front of the church or wherever they put their bulletins up or anything. I'm also going to mail to the local, because I couldn't find anything on the other cities. Hamilton's the only one that has a connection to the civic group on their website, like Kiwanis and all of that. So I'm going to mail to them as well.
You might do a mail for an expert for once. They're very happy. We did here work for them, and they were very impressed with the program.
Okay.
I said Hackleburg one, Hackleburg 16.
17. Yeah, I think there was a lady that was here at the last meeting from there. Suzanne, that was another question I had for you. These lists of needed supplies, are the ones on the website? Are the ones on the website still current?
That should be, I'll check it when I get back, but I think he's working on that, so they should be.
Okay, because that's the one I'll use to make the flyer up that'll go out.
I may need to send you a few extra things for the rural office. Last time we did, we put like juice boxes on there, which that would work for the shelter too. Little things like that we have in our rural office, so that when moms come in with their kids, we give them a juice box and after practice, they play with toys and she's going out.
Right. Yeah, that's fine. If you want to do that, I won't be making up. I probably won't do this until Monday. So if there's anything that you see on there that needs to be added to it, go ahead and just email it to me, and I'll put it in the list that I'll be making up. So we are gearing up for October, which is the National Domestic Violence Awareness Month. We're going to kick off the drive in September to get an early start and get things going. Mr. C is going to hold up some good collection boxes for us. So if there's anybody that has a church or a business or anything, and they'd like to put a collection box in their business or anything like that, just let me know. And call me or email me, and I'll make sure that we get them a box.
The sign location is not they have a sign on the wall.
Right.
That way they got a sign and also get some additional with the sign.
Right. Do you have a list of those? Okay, email it to me, and I'll include them in my mailing. That way.
I think we get about $30.
Okay, that's fine. I don't mind. I don't mind putting money out for the mailing because it's the easiest way to reach people that we're not reaching right now, and especially with it being National Domestic Violence Awareness Month. And that's what it's all about. So I'm still working on finding ribbon, purple ribbon. My sister-in-law is gracious. She said she could make make up the bows. And if she has some folks that are real good with that, also crafty type. I'm not. I probably end up with it tied around my neck before I got it done. But so we're glad to have that help. When we get those, it will probably be, I'm hoping by the September meeting, so that we can give some out to people to take to where they work and stuff like that. Put on your mailbox. We're going to have, I want to get some just small ones like they use for the drunk driving campaign, where you tie it on your radio antenna on your car. We'll have some of those for people that won't say anything. They'll just be purple. But because it costs a lot more money to get them to put something on. So I'm still working on that. Hopefully by next meeting we'll have that. We're going to do a sign training in September. It will be in the evening. It's going to be, we don't have the exact date yet because I have to check on the availability of the EMA room at the sheriff's office, but it will be at the sheriff's office. It will be in the evening on a Thursday night. So as soon as I get that date firmed up with Bobby that the room is available to us, I will email everyone and let them know. Because if you haven't been trained, haven't gone through sign training, number one, it's very interesting. Number two, if where you work or if you own a business, you get a decal that goes on your window that you are a safe, designated safe place where a victim can come to you and get information on safe place. They give you a packet with pamphlets and stuff like that. And, you know, you might let them use your phone or whatever. Now, the thing I ran into with Wingfield Library, she wanted to do that. She took the training. But the mayor said he didn't want them involved in that.
Well, that's the same problem we run into with chain businesses like
Yeah.
Walmart, they're afraid. But the victims of abuse are in there all the time anyway. There's always
But and that's one of the things about these things going up in public restrooms, women's rooms. Well, I can't put them in there, but I mean, is that, you know, this is a chance for that woman to read something that tells her there is somebody out there that wants to help her. And one of the things I asked Suzanne to give us a little update on today is we all know that Safe Place is a shelter for battered women and children, but they do a lot more. And it's amazing the different services, the different areas that they are involved in. So Suzanne was going to give us a little update on some of the programs they have. There was programs on their website that I didn't even know existed. I had to ask Suzanne, what is that? And she had to let me know. So I thought, well, geez, I'll bet there's other people that aren't real sure what some of that stuff is. So Suzanne, if you'll kind of give us just an overview, you don't have to get into big, long, you know, just what are some of those services that Safe Place has to offer?
Okay, well, other than the shelter, if a victim, I have to come back to y'all, but if a victim of, a lot of victims of abuse never call a crisis line. We know only about 10% ever call. So we have to reach out to the community, and some of the ways that we do that are through the school programs. We do programs in all odd grades, and the programs are geared toward children in that grade. They're age appropriate. For example, in the younger grades, we do a program on what to do, how to call 911, and how to keep themselves safe, kind of a safety plan for that age of child. And we also do dating violence in the high schools, and they do programs at UNA, and they do programs at Northwest. We do a lot of training in the medical professions. We go to, I'm one of the ones that's certified to do it. We go in and talk with nurses about how to do assessment and how to document it, so that that victim has something to back her up if she has to go to court. And also with law enforcement, we do the same thing. In Franklin County, something we started doing, and I'm sure we'll have no problem doing it in Marion once I talk to Bobby about it, and hopefully the sheriff is new officers are coming in. people who sign up to be reserve officers, just to have a one-on-one with those officers, maybe an hour or two, to go over what a protection order looks like, what to expect when they go into those violence calls, how to do a report so that the district attorney and assistant district attorney can use it in court and really be able to help that victim. And some other things we do is workplace violence. We're going to try to do some of that in Marion County. And that is one of the big things at the governor's conference this year is all about workplace violence. A lot of the people who go into the schools, and I think I can bring you some numbers next time, but I think by the end of the school year we will have gone into all the Marion County schools. Because the kids bring home those cards, those crisis cards they get, and they give to your mom. So a lot of times when we ask how did you know to call the crisis line, they say my child wrong card. So it really makes a difference if they actually should be done. I know in court, I've been in Marion County court when who called 911, the child called 911. How did you know he needed to call the school program? So that makes a big difference in reaching out to the children and letting them know that that's not normal, that's not how life should be. Another program we do is the court advocacy program, and Ginger Stone, who works out of our office, is in Marion County Court every Monday morning when they have court, especially those that have lots of domestic violence on the docket. Sometimes it may just be one or two, but she's there every time there's domestic violence on the docket. And she is there to talk to the victims, give them the crisis line information, and tell them about the cell program, tell them about the other options that are available. And also, Ginger is our peace assessor. And the peace program is another part of state place where it's a batterers program, where the judges have that option to send that person who's found guilty or pleads guilty to the batterers program. And they go 16 weeks every Tuesday night in Haverhill. And that serves Marion Western Franklin. And it's more than anger management because domestic violence and anger management are two different issues. And if it's domestic violence, they can gear all their anger toward their intimate partner. They don't go to work and beat up their boss. They don't, it's all geared toward that one person. And that program is actually facilitated by two people from Marion County, 10 days, and Jeffrey to do that. And Ginger says, we do the community outreach, the peace program, and the court advocacy program. We have court advocates in every county. Ginger and I take care of Marion and Franklin. And the cell program is what Delaney does, and that is a program that helps victims who are ready to become independent of their abuser. And right now the funding is not available because we're at the end of the grant year, so they've run out of money. But it starts over October the 1st, and they'll have a new batch of funds to draw from. And Delaney can help them with things like paying deposits. If they need to just get locks changed, she can help with that. The things that would help them be independent, that is where she would step in. And the financial part is probably the most important part, and I really need is the other making. And another part that we can do is called victim compensation. And they can go through that with the district attorney's office if there's a major medical bill, like $5,000, something like that, they would go to the district attorney's office. And with us, we can turn in the things that they were out because of the abuse. Say she had to move, if he slashed her tires, if he busted out windows, if he burned her clothes, expenses because of the abuse. We fill out all the paperwork with them, and as long as they have a police report, then we can file a victim's compensation. They will reimburse them for what they've been out up to $1,000. So if they keep that telephone bill, or that deposit for the telephone, the water, and utilities, if they have a bill from where they have to, get new tires, whatever they're out, they just bring us those, we make copies of it, send them to the compensation department, and they reimburse. So we help with that too. So there's lots of things we can do, even if they never come to safe places, they never call the crisis line, we can still help them with all those little expenses. And sometimes it takes a little time to get that money, but in the long run, it can make a difference. And of course, we have the support groups. We have a support group that meets in Hannibal for the rural counties. And the reason we choose Hannibal is because it's right in the middle of Franklin, for Franklin and Marion, right. And of course, the other side of Winston to drive is all about the same distance. And we have the support group meets every Tuesday night at the same time the batteries meet. So if their husband sits in the battery struggle, they have the option to come to support group and talk to other people who are going through the same thing. And we also have support groups in another county. They live closer that way.
Right. Well, I think, a safe place is so much more than just a shelter, and that's what a lot of people, you focus on the shelter part of it, because that's the most obvious, but it's those other services that are really needed, and that nobody else is going to provide. So that's an important thing for all of us to remember when we're talking to people about safe places. One of the things, too, I noticed on the website, I don't know, they help give you or get some legal advice.
Yes, we make referrals to legal services. And if it's a domestic violence situation, legal services has it set up so they have to come through us. But we can help them to have an attorney there to help them through the process, whether it's a protection order hearing or a divorce. That's what they decide if they're ready for that. And we can help them get them through legal services.
Yeah, 'cause that's important. I think a lot of victims are just so scared, and they're not sure what to do. They're so confused, and there's a lot of instances where if they had an attorney to advise them, it would make the situation a heck of a lot easier for them to go through, and they know where they stand legally, because most people think, there's nothing I can do. And sometimes there are things you can do, and some things that can be done by the court for you, but you just don't know. My mother-in-law went through the whole thing. I had 38 years of marriage, and she was so scared of her husband when they divorced that they used his attorney, and we went down and got the divorce settlement from the county, and it says property to be distributed per agreement. There's no agreement. There was never an agreement made. So after 38 years of marriage, she got nothing but the clothes on her back. So, that's the kind of stuff where somebody needs to bring up to the victim, hey, wait now, especially somebody that's been in a long-term relationship. You've got some rights here. Because some of this stuff is yours, or part of this stuff is yours. And don't just walk away. Because she was just so scared of him that she did anything he told her to. Because she was used to doing that for 38 years. And she needed somebody to stand up for her and help her. And I think Safe Place would have been a great help and would have made a big change in the outcome of that. My wife and her sisters are still fighting with the stepmother in court over the estate because he passed away. But so that would have been a big help. All right, anybody that is sign trained, we need to keep your hours that you come to the meeting. If you're going out and hanging up posters, please keep your hours, and you can fax them into Heath, and he will keep them down because those bring money on the grant. And that's why the sign training is always important, because the more people that are sign trained, the more hours we'll get, and the more money Safe Place will be able to get on their grants. So it's real important that we do that. And I forgot my hours today. They're sitting at home, even though I had a nice note. Don't forget your time sheet. So I'll have to fax it. Again, I've got flyers all up here and posters. I've got meeting flyers. I got the little pull-out number posters. The only thing we ask is if you place any of these anywhere in public, if you just let us know where it is. Like the Texaco station at 78 and so, something like that, just so we know where this stuff is going in. And we're not going to contact them. It's not like all of a sudden they're going to get 40 phone calls asking for money or something. It's just so Safe Place can keep track of where the information is. Okay, does anybody have anything?
Now, I was just going to say that they have put up a community bulletin board at Winfield now. It's something new. Would it be all right to put one of those there?
Certainly.
Okay.
And also, one of our flyers
Okay.
about the meeting every
I'll take one.
Yeah, great. Help yourself. We also have these, which is really nice. Can I get some more of these?
Sure.
Please. I need it because I did have a big one, and now I'm getting down to one. I'm down to the last ones here. But these are real nice also to put maybe in a public restroom or something like that. And on the back, it's in Spanish, which I know is becoming a bigger issue every day. So, but like I said, all you got to do is either call me or email me where you put it, and I'll get the information to Suzanne. You doing a gift certificate?
Yes.
Okay.
How does that do with the cost?
I think we have the highest score.
Yeah.
Really?
I would.
Wow.
If anybody beats us, I don't see.
We had fun. Just like that.
We did.
Cried, yeah, but we had fun.
Oh yeah, I bet it was not.
Well, actually, we were kind of blessed, got it clouded up, sprinkled rain for a little while.
Right.
It was cool.
Had a while, yeah.
But we had fun. We talked about next year at least having 2 teams, so we could play together as a group. And I think we would have more fun that way. But we had a great time. The guys we played with were super, and they were great golfers, and we just hindered them. So we had a good
Very big
time.
sports, though.
Well, that's what those kind of tournaments are all about.
And I will say Bobby is a pretty good golfer. So we had a great time. One more thing I want to mention too. We started this week at the store. We're giving away stamps for your purchases. And I talked to Bobby and Gary about it and went ahead and we're doing one for task force. For each one of these sheets, we fill up stamps. We're going to pay by the quarter. It's going to come from the store. And we'll donate money to the task force. We've got different groups out there. The schools are already signed up. But I put up a sheet last Tuesday for the task force in this book. So if you do one a week, we're looking at $500 a year. That's what we put. Great.
Cool. Great.
Just extra money we can use. You know, like we want to do more meetings or whatever we need to do, buy your ribbons. So, I mean, you can keep the stamps and use them as yourself, but my preference is to donate to somebody. But like I said, all the schools have signed up, and I went ahead and signed us up. I'm a person over to me, so I went ahead and signed it.
The board voted.
Yeah. So, but like I said, we already filled up the sheet in the week. I think it's more people catch on to what we're doing. I think it's pretty easy.
So you buy the stamps
You get on with your person.
and you purchase and you fill up a card and
Just $10.
Use it for yourself.
This is what you think. Yeah, you can use it for yourself or you can donate it. Like I say, schools have already signed up. And a lot of them are doing it for the schools. I've been encouraging everyone that doesn't want to use their stamps to donate it to us.
Right. Right. That's great.
one thing I want to put out there about the sign project. The stories in the newspaper are wonderful, and the stories on when they do the stories on 49 with the radio. We need a billboard. Just because a lot of people who live out in the county may not read the newspaper, they may not have access to the internet, but they're going to come into town, and if we had a billboard that simply explains what that ribbon means, then they would maybe get their attention more. It can't be too big or detailed because they'll have time to read it while they're driving.
Yeah.
but something that simply explain what that purple ribbon was. When you see this ribbon, you know, something on there that would explain it, and that way they get it out to the public more. Because a lot of people may see the ribbon and not have any idea what that means.
Right.
Somebody to help. And that's what you were talking about, who they help.
Or just put a big purple ribbon and it says equals fighting abuse.
Or something like that.
Something to get your
Stop
attention.
domestic violence or something like that, you know, just so they know what that purple ribbon means.
It means a safe place.
I haven't asked what the reason.
What that
Yeah.
means.
Nothing like.
If you don't keep it before them, they don't, you know, if they see an article, they might, you know, oh, okay, but then they forget. But a billboard, that's going to get out there. So that's something we could work to. I think they're pretty expensive.
Is it on the website?
Did they ever fix the billboard in Hamilton?
I think those are like they pay $500 for a one-time thing, and they put them up,
Oh, until they just,
and until somebody else buys that forward or until,
oh, okay.
so they don't go back and fix them. They just put
Right.
them up one time for you for that price.
And it lasts however long it lasts. Okay, our next meeting will be on the 27th of September. Again, we will have sign training next month on a Thursday evening. As soon as I get that date firmed up, which will be probably today or tomorrow, as soon as I can get a hold of Bobby and clear for the room at the sheriff's office, I'll email everybody on the email list. I'll also let the media know so that it gets out to the general public. So it'll probably be hopefully toward the middle or the end of the month. That'll give the Journal Record and Crossroads Reporter time to get it into their
When, did you say the 27th or the 20th? In September.
27th.
So it's the last Thursday, right?
Now, let me see.
Well, it's the fourth Thursday.
Fourth Thursday, okay.
Yeah, it should be the fourth Thursday. I think don't we have 5 in September again? I have to look
Now, we
myself.
had 5 this month.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah, it will be the 27th. I thought I'd double check that, but then I thought I better double check myself.
So it's the fourth Thursday,
Fourth Thursday of every month, and I have flyers up here. Anybody that wants to stick these on a bulletin board anywhere or anything like that, we've got plenty of flyers up here. I guess that's all I have, Daryl. Do you want to do your?
Yeah.
I'll take it today.
There you go. Great. So say put on the drawing. Yeah, that's the important thing too with the supply drive. The stuff that's on the list is very simple stuff. It's not expensive things. But, you know, it's stuff that we take for granted in our own homes every day, in our own lives. But these women, you know, they leave if they're lucky with their clothes on. And they don't have anything. They don't have anything. They don't have toothbrush, toothpaste, cosmetic, anything. I mean, you know, if they didn't take it with them, they didn't get it. And they're probably not going to get it. So, you know, it's really important that we do that and get that stuff out. We did real good last year. And I assume we'll do the same this year, probably end up with everything being collected at super value, and then we'll load it up from there and take it up. But we want to go ahead and get that started. So anybody that has a location where they want a box, just email me or call me. I'll get one from Ms. McSteen. We'll get it to you somehow. Sam?
And I got a guy a church or something. I know a guy that took you about it, where he, like, when we had solar last year, kind of like.
That would be fun.
Yeah, let me know, he'll be glad to do it.
But anyway, so, okay.
If he gets worse a bunch, maybe we can have to get the material.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I guess that's all I have. Other than one of the things I did want to mention that I thought was which I found kind of disturbing and surprising to me. I try and come up with something different for every meeting. And the thing that got me was that, according to the figures that the FBI puts out, if anybody can figure those out, I don't know. I tried to read them and make sense of them, but 25%, 1 out of 4 high school students will become involved in at least one violent relationship before graduation. That to me was scary. Now, it's scary enough that it's in the families, but now it's also happening during the dating situation. And I thought that was kind of awakening. Of course, we all, they've been saying for years that kids that grow up in an abusive home tend to become abusers, or in the woman's case, tend to pick up with a guy that ends up abusing them. They also are more susceptible to drug use and other behavior problems through their school and high school years. So it's affecting the kids as much as it's affecting the mother. So, all right.
It used to be 1 in 8, but it's actually getting worse.
Yeah, when you compare the figures from one year to the next. What was the other one I had? I had another one here. Oh, I was looking at the statistics on murder victims. And women, about 1/3 of female victims are killed by an intimate partner. So most people think somebody gets murdered, that their car gets hijacked, or they get in a bank robbery, or a liquor store thing, or something. Their partner that kills them. And it's funny because it says that of all female murder victims, the proportion killed by an intimate has been increasing. While for male murder victims, the proportion killed by an intimate has dropped. So, that's kind of surprising too. But anyway, the other thing too to always remember, if you need anything to kind of spur you on or give you some energy, just watch the news. Almost every night there's some murder or something violent that happened in families. And it's, you see it, you don't think about it, but that is domestic violence. It's the same thing that we're working to try and get rid of. So, anyway, thank you very much, everybody, for coming. If I got your email address, you will get a notification of when the sign training will be. It will be a Thursday night in September. And everybody's welcome to come to it. Like I said, you come to it, you get trained, then you can keep your hours, any hours you volunteer, and that will go to get Safe Place some money on their grants. So that it really, really helps out. Plus, I could use the help. Anyway, thanks everybody. I got posters up here, flyers up here. Anything, please.